Rogers, Rogers. I'm Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' father.
We'll talk to you a little bit. How long has it been since Sebastian's been missing?
15 months.
What has that been like? Continuing search efforts Okay, so for people joining, now the story, what has happened so far in terms of police investigation? Off the bat, you had helicopters. There was, TBI was out there on horseback riding.
National Guard, there was ATVs, there were drones, everything for the first 8 days. And then for the rest of it, there's been somewhat communication with this department here. Um, but I've also had conversations with them. Sheriff Craddock says he doesn't really care what his constituents think. Doesn't care what the public thinks. That's a problem when you're an elected official. My son's the one missing. I don't live in this county, and yet he's up there in his office over there, just chilling, enjoying his paycheck, while I'm sitting here trying to find my son. This weekend is International and National Missing Children's, and my son's still missing. And it seems that the lack of communication and the lack of doing their job is leading to me believing that the case is going to go cold. I'm still getting tips in. There's still people saying that they're calling and putting in tips. But when I follow up on a tip, and the police departments at those locations haven't ever heard of Sumner County, or have never heard that my son, that tells me they're not doing their job. They're letting my son's case go cold, not me. I will be out here a year from now, 2 years from now, hopefully not that long. Hopefully my son is found. It'd be nice if his other parents were actually doing the same thing, but it all falls on my shoulders to ask people to help find my son. My son means something to me. People should be doing their job. If a child goes missing, you should be putting in the effort as if it was your child that went missing. These people aren't doing that.
That kind of leads me to my next question. What would you like to see them,
I'd like to see them actually do a press conference where they actually have my son's picture in the back. Because the last time they did a press conference, Sumner County and TBI, they didn't even have a picture of the missing child. Most press conferences, when it's about a missing child, at least they have the dignity to have a picture of the missing child in the background. So the people watching the news can know that this is the person they're looking for. And they don't even show that.
Would you like to see them kind of conducting more searches on the front
I would love to see them actually conducting more searches. I'd like to have some communication on the tips that have come in just with me, so that I know that when a tip comes in, I'm not following up on what the job they're supposed to do. But at this point in time, with their lack of, I don't know what you would consider unprofessionalism. I don't even know if a tip comes in, if I shouldn't track it down, because I don't know if they can do their job properly. Because so far they haven't. My son's been missing for 15 months. And they don't care. Their lack of communication with the public, their lack of communication with me, is all telling me that they don't care that my son is missing.
In a statement, he reached out to Craddock for a statement on that. He said, "We are working on things behind the scenes that you don't know about." Is that frustrating to hear? You're kind of talking about it a little bit.
To me, I'm working on it behind the scenes, and you don't know what's going on, is a huge shield on I'm not doing anything, because my pockets have been flattened. This gentleman that got elected here, if this is what Sumner County wants to represent their law enforcement, then I am sorry for any child that goes missing in this county. They just had a missing child go missing out of Hendersonville PD. Don't know what the circumstances are, but Henderson found the child. Found the child yesterday. Like less than 24 hours from my understanding, the child was missing and the child was recovered. I'm here 15 months. And they'd rather not answer their phone or even be at work. I'm tired of having to text Brandon Carter to try to get information because he's too much of a yellow-bellied coward to pick up the phone like a real person and communicate with the father of a missing child.
How do you think? I guess I know you've been speaking with other parents too that have gone through similar situations or just with active cases like right now. But I guess what do you kind of do to help with this? What advice would you receive to help?
I continue to pass out flyers. I continue to make sure that there's available information. If people ask me, I answer what I can. Because I know that some different organizations has given me, I can't tell you. And I understand that. We're trying to make sure the case stays. But I'm trying to find my son. They're trying to solve the case. You can't solve a case if you don't find my son. And, you know, I've sent out an email to both the senators of the state of Tennessee. I've sent out an email to every representative of the state of Tennessee. And none of them want to respond to me. The only person that has responded was a representative from Marshall Blackburn, one of her case representatives, actually called me back and I had to tell them what was going on. They didn't even know my son was missing. There's still people in the state of Tennessee that don't know how many children go missing every day. And people are just like, it's fine. They don't care. Well, you gotta start caring somewhere. Because if they don't care, they're not gonna do their job. And as constituents, people, we run this country, people. We are the ones that are supposed to care. If you don't care about your children, then why are you having them? And if you care about your children, please make sure you hug them tight at night and watch them during the day. Because they can find Osama bin Laden, but they can't find my son who's been missing for 15 months. How many other parents are out there that their children are missing? They don't even bother to do interviews because they don't care. Well, I care about my son. His name is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And if you can't say his name, we've got problems. A parent demands answers. We demand answers because our heart is missing. I'm in the process of writing a law, and I'm going to need support to push this law into Congress. And it's a federal oversight law on places like CPS, DCS, the Amber Alert that did redone, taking it out of people's hands that don't care about the children, and getting actual agencies that do to take over the case. Because they won't relinquish it because they're too proud to understand that sometimes you have to ask for help. I ask for help every day. I ask people to pass out flyers. I ask people to remember my son's name. Keep his picture up. Keep your eyes open to see if you see him. And if you do see him, please call 911. And if you have my son, please understand that he is my world. I need him. I need him back with me. And son, if you can see this, if you can hear this, understand that I will not let you go back to that environment you came from. Over my dead body, should a child ever have to endure what happened in that house that he was in. And I am so sorry that I did not know what was going on. But I will do my best to bring you home get out of bed is to try to find my son. That's it. It's the only thing that gets me out of bed at times. Just hoping that I got the right tip. I've been to Bristol, Virginia to check up on the last tip. And people said that they called it in. They called it into Sumner County. Well, when I went up there and spoke to the police department, they had never heard from Sumner County. And they didn't know that my son was missing. So I gave them flyers, I gave them contact information for the FBI, for TBI. I've got text messages between me and Brandon Carter. That's all I have for the last 15, months. And those text messages, he states that he's the only detective on the case. And I've been stating from day one that we need more than just one set of eyes on this case. I didn't notice that before. That's why you have to have more than one set of eyes on the information.
That's concerning too for residents.
It just goes to show that their motivation isn't doing their job or their civic duties. That oath to the Constitution, when you take it, it's got to mean something to you. And I'm not saying that it means anything to them.
What is your message to police officers?
If you carry a shield and you don't want to do your job, you're the problem with it. You're the problem with the professionalism. You become law enforcement to serve the people. And my son's not being served by this. Neither am I. To all the parents that are missing children out there, I'm praying with you every day that your child comes home, that your child is found. And I am praying every day that Sebastian Wade Great Brothers is found and brought home.